All right, everybody, welcome back. My name's Tortalic. We're playing some Space Engineers. Gotten on a little bit more of a regular schedule with the streams. It's been nice. Got a lot of free time at the moment. Who knows if that'll change? But it's been very nice. I wonder if we have game audio. Hold on. Just gotta check on that. Make sure the stream is of minimal quality, passable quality. Yeah, we got a little bit of audio in there. We might need to boost the game audio a little bit, but we're gonna see when we get into it. Silence my little live stream box here. All right. So, avert your eyes from this image. If you haven't seen any of these episodes before and you don't want spoilers, if you're unaware of what the crater catastrophe might be, then you've missed an episode. And we're going to jump straight into what happened in this stream. But if you don't want spoilers on the series and you want to watch it chronologically through every detail of my suffering, yeah, you should start with episode 1. This is episode 6. Aptly named the crater catastrophe because we have some issues that we're going to fix in this stream. I have an idea of how I'm going to go about it. But as with everything in this game, it's going to take a lot of work. So I'm just going to hop right on into it. And as with the last couple of streams, I believe this is going to take a century to load. So instead of doing all my talking before I click the button, I'll do some after I click the button too. Alright, so now I'm getting into spoiler territory. We built a rover, then it despawned. Then we built another rover under basically the same conditions, except it wasn't chopped in half. And it didn't despawn, thankfully. But then we took it for a test drive, and it flipped over into a hole. So now we're going to try to pull it out of the hole. And we have to rebuild its hydrogen engine, which I don't believe took that many components. And we still need to find nickel, which is why we started driving the thing around in the first place. We need to find, no, not nickel, we need to find cobalt, because cobalt is our key to upgrading the main base. And the main base is the key for better production. Better production is the key for less heartache and stone mining. So we're going through heartache to minimize our future heartache. Wow, it takes a long time to load. I was right to click that button really early. At least we get some inspirational quotes. The dreams of yesterday are the hopes of today and the reality of tomorrow. That's nice. And that can only be achieved if you follow your dreams. So do that within reason. And if you look right next to the thumbs up icon, which you should definitely click, because this is like the best content you will ever see. There's also a thumbs down arrow, which you should never touch. And then, if you're watching this live, there should be a little live chat button with like little boxes, like a quote box. That's the thing that should exist, so that you guys can interact with me during the stream. Not guaranteeing that I'm always going to be looking at that, but that's how you guys turn on live chat on your end. Because I'm fairly certain I've had live chat active. I know I've had some viewers with me on the streams, but I've never successfully got a live chat message. So I'm still trying to troubleshoot that if there's still an issue with it. And of course, there will be a little bit of a lag on it, if there is any message. So you'll get a partial lag from the actual sending of the message. It takes a little bit of time to send. And then part of the lag will come from my inability to watch that box the entire time. All right. So we processed our iron. What are we doing? Okay, so we have the power cells, which is pretty good. Definitely no complaining about that. So we have resources. The main part of our problem, I don't even know if I really touched on it while I was over here. I just started mining stone. It's this rover. It's flipped over, and it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be on its wheels. You know, I didn't create a new design where it's supposed to be popping away like this. No. So we are going to try to accomplish 2 tasks at once here. We're gonna mine some stone, and we're gonna create a path for this thing to actually get out of the rock. Now we did try to self-right this thing before, and the problem that we ran into there was I don't think I had it in the correct position yet, and I just started to, like, I guess just turn the wheels furiously, and that just kind of caused it to flip back over. But if we create like this ramp, just pick up a bunch of this stuff. We have 2 options. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna toss these things in here, but I'm actually gonna toss this into... Oh, okay, it exists. I was worried for a second that the H2 and O2 generators, these things, not the batteries, but the components right next to them, I was worried that those were destroyed as well. But no, they're still here, and I believe they're still functional. Yeah, they're still functional, which is surprising. This thing is resilient. So I'm gonna pick up a ton of stone, do all my mining, get my steps in for the day. I know how much you guys like watching me walk around mining stone. That's why you come to the stream, for the stone mining. No! Being wasteful. Even though this is like the most plentiful resource, it's not exactly very plentiful where I am. If you haven't noticed, we're in a bad spot for stone mining, and we need a lot of stone for the early game. Normally you'd be in a spot where there's just stone everywhere because it's the only thing that's beneath you. But right now, we're in like the top of a mountain, and at most points the only thing beneath us is ice instead of stone. It's kind of like starting out in Minecraft, but instead of trees made of logs, you just have trees made of stone. You know what I'm saying? It's like stone is like the slightly late game item in Minecraft. You need wood first, unless you get a bonus chest. That's a whole different topic. I guess you could say that those things falling from the sky are like my bonus chests. Those little green signals. I mean, okay. So I'm thinking of just tossing all the stone in here, but I know that's also a really terrible idea. Like, it'll save me a lot of time, but I don't want to add a ton of weight to that thing, especially like making it more top heavy, because it's just going to be harder to flip. I've already put a lot of items in there. I'm going to have to throw all the stone in back at base. And I don't want to be wasteful with it, because I know that we're going to need it later. So we're going to do two things at once. We're going to make this ramp, and we're going to put all that stone at base. All at the same time being 100% efficient.
Inventory full.
I wonder if you guys get seasickness from that. If any of you guys get seasickness during my live streams, during my flight, you should comment it down below. Let me know. I'm very curious. Alright. Coming in for landing. Just keep paving this ramp. The flatter the better. Oh, it's actually looking pretty good. It's got some bumps that could potentially be problems, but nothing that can't be buffed out, you know? I think that's another weird part of this game. I don't know if there's like an additive terrain feature. I know I can mine stuff, right? But I don't really know if there's an easy way for me to create terrain. Like, I'm sure, I'm confident there's like a modded way to create terrain, you know? But on the survival side of things, or the vanilla side of things, I would hate if I couldn't destroy that. Please? What is going on here? This is a nightmare. I'm scared of whatever this is. Let me destroy it. It cannot exist. My OCD, no. Please. Let me eliminate it. Okay. Later on, I'm going to obliterate whatever that is out of sheer spite with a larger drill. I promise I will come back for that. It will not be allowed to exist forever.
Inventory full.
But it's time to go mining. Or depositing. Doing okay on hydrogen for now. Oh. I should not have been holding the fly upwards while I was going down like that. All right. Learn how to torment the stream in a different way. There we go. Took no damage at that time. We only took 5 damage though, so that's not bad. We can buff that out easily. Please. Please. I don't want to wait 10 episodes to destroy you. Please, just... No. Was that it? Oh, no. No. I don't want to wait 10 episodes. Please, just perish. Oh, wait, I can fly. Hold on. We will eliminate. Oh my gosh, it's going to be... Okay, we will come back for that spec. We might have to go get like a ship-sized drill. But we will eventually destroy that. I think I might just let that unknown signal go. It's got 9 more minutes. We could grab it. But I don't know. I just don't feel like grabbing any more like finished parts right now. I feel like salvaging my vehicle first would be the smart play. Because I think those things are just going to continue to drop from the sky indefinitely. We can always get them later. And we're almost to the point where I'm going to attempt to start writing it. I just wanted to buff out that large part of it. Yeah, these are these bumps. I just need to buff them out. But it's overall, it's looking pretty good. Just need to buff out to get smoother. It's looking pretty smooth. I could see this little bump being a problem. That little bump. Smooth as possible. Okay, okay. Let's pick up a ton of stone. Because I don't want these things just sitting around. I would actually prefer my base to be able to get a handle on them. Oh my gosh, that spec. The floating stone spec. It's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have an entire episode where I'm just gonna test a bunch of different ways to maybe destroy that thing. I'm gonna build an entire like drill next to it. Desperately fly around with my drill more times for like an hour. We could dedicate an entire live stream to this speck of stone and how to obliterate it from the world. I will be very spiteful to that later on in the series. But we can move on to bigger and better things that don't involve that stone. Also, I need steel plates. So let me steal them from here. Maybe some construction components and some interior plates. Honestly, just so it's not as heavy, let's grab all of the finished products and let it keep the ice. Cause like, why not, I guess. But we're going for basically the same design as earlier. But it is kind of like tilted, you know? So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do something a little funkier. Just to make it not fall on its side. In an effort to make it not fall like these two wheels on the ground, I'm gonna make it a little bit more offset in this direction. And I'll probably just have to fly for a little bit here. Which is not cheating in this game. And you might be just comparing this straight up to Minecraft and be like, flying's a creative thing. No, you have to use a limited resource in this game to be able to fly, but you can do it in survival. You have to use your hydrogen. So the idea of this gigantic arm, I kind of mentioned it last time I was building one of these, but it's to create a huge moment force. So if you guys ever studied like simple machines, it's like the longer that the arm is, or like the further away the force is applied to the rotating arm, the more torque it's gonna have. So basically, the longer I make this thing, the heavier almost that these things are gonna be. See, each block that I add that's further away is just heavier and heavier. It's kind of like if you're lifting 2 buckets of water right next to yourself, it's like not heavy at all because it's close to you. But if you try to outstretch your arms, you're gonna start suffering probably, unless you're like built. Then it just won't even phase you. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the heavy blocks right here. For what reason, I'm not exactly sure, but this is where, see, because this arm is now resting, I'm going to chop it off, and hopefully this will continue its rotating journey. Continue. Please. Fall. Fall forward. More. There. Yes. You've continued the journey. Although I did see sparks, which is not exactly what I wanted to see from this. But that's mostly okay. So, I believe first things first, I'm gonna eliminate this. There's a few different things I can do here. So number 1, I could use these resources to make like a different arm that will suit this angle that it's at better. Which, yeah, I'm probably just gonna do that now that I said it out loud. Since it's like more than halfway, I'm just gonna do one that's like basically just straight up outstretched. Although I am seeing sparks, and I'm not exactly thrilled. I'm actually concerned about that. Is it because it's resting on those like light armor blocks and they're like getting destroyed? Let me see if there's any damage. There is damage to the suspension on that side. That is very specific. This one wheel on that side was taking a lot of stress, I guess. So it was just sparking a little bit. Another thing we gotta watch out for is those 4 little bars that tell us what we have. One of them is getting a little low, and that's our energy, which means we're gonna not be able to weld or grind or mine in a few minutes here. Not until we go back to our base and get more energy. The longer I make this thing, the more impact it's going to have on the rotation. And for redundancy, I'm just going to put huge weights on the ends. Even though these things aren't built, they have their intended mass in mind. Okay. From the start, they have their intended mass. Okay, so I think I'm gonna phase into this, right? I'm gonna start
Energy low.
suit energy low. Yeah, that makes sense. Delete that. Okay. Delete that. Okay, it shifted a little. Okay, so this thing is just like stopping our rotation, which is good. So we're gonna just make it rotate. Oh no, please don't go on your side. Okay, well this arm has now accomplished its job. And now it rotates back. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, it's now upright. We like to see it. Okay. Now I can take all these resources back. These precious resources. Each one of these is a steel plate, I believe. Although the batteries might be like a construction component or something, I'm not sure. Which is why I grabbed a lot of the different components and not just a bunch of steel plates. Because I don't know for sure. Okay, so this bump might get in my way, but I'm just going to try to turn and go out this way. Famous last words, I know. But, oh, wait. Before I use all of the energy on this craft, let me make the hydrogen engine on the top again. Do I know where that is in my build menu? Is the question. Hydrogen tank. Those might be kind of handy. Those might look kind of cool. If we have like 3 of those. They like store extra hydrogen for us. We don't necessarily need it, but it might look cool. It'll be a little functional. Oxygen tanks are bigger. There's a big honkin' hydrogen tank that we're going to be using later on. Yeah. But right now we want the engine. So here's the engine. We just put it right there. That will serve the purpose that we need. It's kind of one of the uglier parts to this project, but it's very, very essential. We need 2 motors, 2 construction components, 6 steel tubes. We need a ton of construction components. I didn't leave anything in here, did I? Hold on. Okay, cool. So chances are we're gonna have to queue up all those build materials back at base, but luckily we just did a ton of stone mining. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pray that this thing can't jump over that. I'm gonna pray that this thing has enough energy to make it home. It should. Not too bad at all. I believe the white little trails of smoke are the H2O2 generators doing their job. I believe that's how that works. Oh, and I did, my suit energy got full, which means I stole energy from the craft to do that. It looks like if I'm like revving the engine fully, I have 2 hours worth of power, which is amazing. That's what I like to see. But yeah, I'm just gonna recharge and grab my hydrogen from here. Apparently I just ran out. Hello? Oh yeah, you don't have ice. And I might just keep it that way. But you do have a lot of goodies. And I don't want to keep that way. Goodies are access to this side. But I can't hold all the goodies. So gonna climb up the little dinosaur tail. It's the construction components. I absolutely need the construction components. So I need to drop a few items. Not allowed to carry certain things. I think I need the motors. I don't need that. I'm gonna need some of these. Detector components, no. So I have a tiny bit of space, don't I? Yeah. And I'm just gonna queue up probably a few construction components for now and a few for the future. So when that gets 30, we'll just grab it and then see what else it needed. I knew it needed motors, but we did grab some from base. Large steel tubes. We might have one of those, but we're gonna have to queue up 2 more. If I remember correctly. We do have 1. So I do need to queue up 2 more. My memory does serve me correctly. 2 of these. I think they just use straight up iron, which we have a lot of right now, which is really good. It's that nickel and silicon we're really hurting for. And again, that would just come out of more stone. Or if I could miraculously find like a pure node of it. What? Didn't I? Did I not take this one? Did I not take one of these? Oh, I couldn't carry it. That's a problem I ran into earlier too. I think last episode. I tried to transfer all of the resource into my inventory, but my inventory was just barely too full for it. And I definitely need to name this thing. I think now that I've saved it from peril, and it's oh, I do need that detector component. Now that it's looking in good shape, at least for the most part, you know. It'll be in better shape in a second once I fix it up fully. That's another one of the cool parts about this game. It's like when certain components get damaged, you just like go through, be sure it's tip top by checking the pieces. It's kind of realistic. I like it. But like I was saying, it's probably time to actually form some emotional attachment to this thing and give it a name. Probably wait till next episode to do that, since I still have no idea what I'm actually gonna name this thing. But it looks like it's in good repair. Although I still haven't checked the top here. Yep, one of them needed a little bit of work. But nothing that couldn't have just like been left as is. So for no reason, I think I'm just gonna drop all this stuff off. And I think I'm gonna actually drive this out to the unsig. Never mind, it's too close to that base. I don't think I'm gonna get it at all. Because that's just a little too dangerous. Not my forte. It's a little janky. Because this is the only direction I could really get the bottles in and out from. But it's okay. It works. And it looks kind of nice. I could spiff it up a little bit. Probably add some blocks up top. But for now, it's working pretty good. So I'm just going to go into the details really quick. Is our hydrogen engine working? It was not. Now it is. Which means it's going to be absorbing all of the hydrogen. And it's going to be now generating power for us. Stored power is going up a little bit at a time. But the key thing to remember is that there's two of these things that are charging about the same rate. And they have a lot of storage. It's like maximum output. Maximum stored power is a megawatt hour. And we have 300 kilowatt hours. So we're about like a third of the way charged. Which means we're in a pretty good spot as far as how much power this thing actually has on board. Especially considering that we're not doing any like processing on this rover. We're not like turning stone into materials or anything like that. Oh, I forgot there was an ice hole there. I'm very glad that the rover just got out of that. Oh my goodness, let's not put this thing in a hole. Not so soon. I don't need to relive all that pain. Eventually we are going to make flying crafts that will be, I need to steer less violently too. We're going to make flying crafts though, that won't fall into holes that easily. The only thing you really have to worry about with flying crafts is like slamming into things. Which, if you go back to episode 1, that's the only experience we've had with flying crafts. We slammed into the earth really hard. And it has now dawned on me that I should have been looking around a little bit more. Oh, hold on. Before we go any further, this is actually working, isn't it? Sometimes things in this game are a little finicky. Yeah, okay, so now I see like the little ice icon in the bottom, right above my my bar. It's like spazzing out slightly. Yeah. So we see ice. Oh, but what we are gonna have to do is probably go back in the direction of our stone deposit. Not to revisit the hole. We're definitely not doing that. But because the stone areas is where we're actually gonna find a lot of those other deposits. We're not really gonna find those deposits in ice, at least not that I believe. I believe we have a much better chance over there in the mountain, where there's stone in them hills. And it's not just frozen H2O. Let's see, what speed are we going? .45 meters per second. It's not bad. Okay, there's some stone here. I didn't see any other nodes though. I just see that ice node. Okay, we need to be at a different section of rock then. Because not all sections of stone are actually going to have the better materials. And also, hit the brakes really quick and look over there. I believe the red signal. It's over there. I can't tell how far away it is though. Yeah, I think it's this mountain that's going to give us a little bit more luck here. But if we're not careful on some of the slopes, like right next to my like hotbar, you see like A gravity and P gravity. So they're kind of arbitrary. It's like artificial gravity and planet gravity. But there's that other like circle with the line in it, and that's telling me like what slope I'm at, because it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. But that's kind of like giving me the horizon line, and I definitely don't want that to be too terrible, because then I'll just roll over. Okay, there's a huge iron chunk. So we found a node that's not ice. Oh, we did find gold earlier too. So I guess mining this wouldn't be terrible. Not terrible at all. Except it's all gonna roll down the hill. Okay, well I think I'm just gonna mine all of it. And then just let it roll down the hill. Then I'll collect it from there. Some of it's stone, some of it's iron, some of it's ice. If we throw it all into our little rover, we just toss it all in. Rover will just take the ice. Be like, haha, mine, I can just create more energy. And then I believe the iron will be useful for us back over at base to process more materials and build more things. Alright, I've dug a lot out. Just gonna grab what I see here. Listen, I already have a nemesis. I don't need another one. Okay, good.
Inventory.
Okay, inventory is very satisfying. Alright. Just gonna plop all this in here. That is that's weighing my vehicle down quite some bit. I wonder if I can shove more in my vehicle. I wonder if that'll make it better. So notice the suspensions kind of like lag when I decide to put even more material in. And I actually like solve its problems by releasing it from all of its pain and suffering. But I think there are things we can play with here. Safety detach. We don't want it to detach. We would not like it to detach. Steering angle. We really don't want these things to steer very much. So I'm gonna make all their steering angles at 10. Yeah, they're all at 10. Okay. I'm just going to select them all. Steering angle 10. Power supplied to propulsion. We're going to say that we don't really need it to go that fast, so we're going to cut that down. Strength, height offset, friction, speed limit. Huh. And to that, I'd say... Okay, so this is making the whole thing sink. And if we buff up the strength, then our thing will have harder suspension. So I think I want to buff that up like ×4. That's really the setting I was looking for. So now our wheels are helping us to be a little bit more off the ground. And our strength is only at 20%. So this thing can hold more. Very easily. I wonder where all the extra little chunks went. Weren't there chunks that were just like rolling out? Or did I pick them all up? Interesting. So this time I'm going to try to pick up as many chunks as I can during the mining process.
Inventory full.
Dang, my inventory filled up fast. So will yours. The ice and the iron will go in one spot together. And the stone will go in the other spot. That'll kind of like balance this out. Supposedly the ice is going to get drained all out eventually. Eventually.
Inventory full.
Wow. Wait, what's in our inventory? Or are we just mining things really quickly? We're mining a lot of iron. I think the iron's just really dense. That's probably what it is. But yeah. Let's see. We do have a fair amount of resources here already stocked up. This is a nice little iron node. I think what I'll probably do is try to make a marker, but I've completely forgotten how to do that. So why don't I just try to delete all of this iron instead, so that this location is no longer important and we never have to come back here.
Inventory full.
Jeez, that iron is so dense. Just pick up a little bit of it. Full inventory. Inventory is by mass, by the way. No, it's by volume. Apparently. Liters? Yeah, volume. Interesting. I want to see if this thing can make it home. I don't think we're really hurting for iron. If we ever stumble across this place ever again, we'll call it a happy accident. But I don't really think that I'm gonna need this place as one of those like permanent blue markers. That will be on my map forever. Yeah, we're basically almost full. So this will be a basically a full test of what this thing can handle. Okay. So it can drive still. I'd imagine it's a little bit more top heavy than usual, so we're gonna have to be extra careful about our slopes and how we take them. But this is working very well. I'm very happy, very surprised, but mostly very happy. I like it. And it's still, even though I reduced the, ooh, that was a little bit of an interesting glide there. Even though I reduced the power that's actually going into the wheels, it still hits about the same top speeds. And I'm trying to only hold down the forward button like half the time. So I'm like intermittently like just tapping it. So our little thing, even though it's fully weighed down, it's got some pretty good top speeds. It does take a little while to brake though. It takes a little while to stop. Another cool thing that we can do a little bit later on is we can have a connector so that all of the amazing resources that we pick up can automatically go straight into our systems instead of having to like put it in there by hand. But I think that's what we're gonna do with this other system once we make it with this system. So how's this going in here? So the stone's being processed first. We already know what happens with that. And the iron, I think it's basically just a 1-to-1. That's what it's kind of looking like. Like stone's probably gonna make like mostly iron, but not really like 100% iron. But it makes like nickel and silicon too, which is what we really need at this point of the game. I know this is the content that you guys have been waiting all day to watch. How fast can I transfer resources from the rover to the base? But eventually this will all be automated, you know? I won't have to do this the whole playthrough. Probably by like episode 10. I'll never have to touch a resource ever again. Just kidding. That is an overstatement. But it'll be a lot more automated. We'll be able to mine things with vessels eventually. We'll be able to carry things around with vessels like we're already doing. We'll be able to connect directly to our base. It'll be good. This is the second to last trip. We didn't even fill that basic refinery at any point because our inventory is so small and it takes us so long to process all this back and forth. But yeah, we're getting a fair amount of iron here. So what I can do is I can mass produce plates and I can finally build all of these. Because it requires 13 plates. This one requires 25. So that's a lot of plates. But it'll be the foundation for everything. So I guess what we're looking at now is going to go get some cobalt. We just checked around the stone area a little bit and we found some good iron. Let me make sure that our... that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, it kind of like Minecraft when you sleep and then you leave the bed. if there's like a really awkward position around the bed, you can just like randomly be stuck there. Apparently there's a really awkward place right here, but if I would have just crouched, I could have gotten out. Yeah. I don't know why I'm equating all of this to Minecraft. This is just really fancy Minecraft, apparently. Got some good power. It's slowly charging up. How's our ice supply doing? We still got everything's in the generators right now. Nothing's in our cargo. And we're not even using this cargo right now. It's not linked to our other cargo. Through the see how the linking goes is that there's these little yellow windows on the sides of different objects, and you can only transfer certain materials if the right windows are hooked up to each other. And that's why I had to create those 3 at the top there to go across. But yeah, we're just gonna go toward the mountain. I'm gonna look for some cobalts. Nope. No! No way. I see fire too. No way. Okay, how do we avoid this, right? We're empty, and that happened. We just have to, like, not go as fast. Okay, so the hydrogen engine's still here. Oh, but it needs so many components. It's basically destroyed. Oh, this is all terrible. Why do I do this? Okay, so what happened there was that I was just trying to drive, and I forgot there was this hole, as per usual. And I started braking, and my wheel got clipped on this edge. And I think around the same time, the side of my car hit this tree, and it just did that. Fun times. I wonder if this is just gonna be a common occurrence. I really hope not. I need materials now. Now we know why I'm constantly going for more materials. It's because I break everything. Here, I'll just take this. And then I'll put this in here. And then for good measure, I'll just queue up 200 steel plates. Let it do something while I'm gone. Alright. So we're going to be able to do a little bit of work here. We need some construction components. See, this is happy. This needs a motor and a computers. Motors, computers, power cells, steel tubes. Let's see what we can grab from here before we really queue some stuff up. Power cells, computers, construction components, steel tube motors. So we need 4 large steel tubes and another construction component. Okay, so that's happy. We just need 4 large steel tubes and a construction component. So we'll queue that up too. Oh wow, it's almost done. How's the iron supply looking? We still have a lot of iron. That was a really good iron mine. Trip. We have iron for years. At least at our phase of development, you know. We're gonna need a ton more iron later. Probably. Just take that for now, and I'll drop this off. So now we're functional again. Probably. I mean, that's 100% right there. I would love to add like a self-writing mechanism to this, but I don't think that I have the resources to do anything like that. I'm not entirely sure how I'd even go about that. Make it look like a scorpion for a second. Yeah, this is how to turn your rover over 101. Oh no, there's a tree. Is that gonna ruin all of my plans? Is that gonna completely foil me? That's a great question. I think it is. I think it's very effectively stopping me from doing exactly what I want to do. That's great news. That's what we wanted to see today. Now, if I cut everything off the end here. Okay, so now we don't have enough moments to roll us over yet, but if we add the big weights, maybe, just maybe, we're gonna start getting somewhere. We don't want it to roll to the side though, which is what it was kind of doing, just a little bit. Yeah, we want it to tip. Come on, tip. There we go. So now it's standing on its ore detector, which is exactly what we wanted. It's what it was designed to do, stand on its ore detector. Don't question it, not one bit. Unable to place batteries. So I feel like I don't have enough materials. And to counter that, I'm going to take these batteries off. But not all of them, because I don't want this thing to tip itself back over. I want it to continue tipping, for sure. Without hesitation, you are going to tip more. Okay, cool. Now I think I'm ready to delete a lot more of this. Good. That's exactly what we wanted. Oh no, that's not exactly what we wanted. That's, Okay, interesting. Very interesting. I need to create another arm here. Some batteries. Make sure there's a lot of weight here. so that it will have no choice but to tip over. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so before it was using that as like a base. Now it's like perfectly balanced on a 1 block space in this axis, which is like amazing. It actually shouldn't be because everything's off, everything on the top. Well, I guess it could be, you know? Everything on the top's only offset by 1 block. It also, yeah. But because it is offset by 1 block, I'm kind of scared of that fact. So I'm going to add a little bit more weight here because I don't want it to roll again. And when I start destroying some of these, hopefully it doesn't fall on me immediately. You know what I'm saying? So when it becomes a point, it should fall forward. I'm desperately hoping. Yeah, it's falling forward. Great news. Cool. Man, it takes me 2 centuries to flip this thing back over every time I turn it over. At least I know how to do it now. Cool. Make sure all these components are okay. Just doing the once over. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of damage. Need some interior plates. 2 interior plates. Other than that, I think we're good. Take 2 interior plates. Put the scrap in here. And put all the extra materials back in here. Got a little bit more of a system going here. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I remember. It's right here. That was the thing that needed a little bit of help. So now we're fully operational again. Wow. I should not be trusted to fight anything because I'm just a danger to myself at this point in the game. Oh, I can look around. That's nice. Figured out finally how to look around while in a vehicle. Oh gosh. I have to learn how to not run into everything that I see. Let's see. We have the red base over there that will shoot me on sight. We have learned that the hard way. But what I'm going to want to do is come up to this stone patch. So we know we saw the like huge iron deposit, like a meteor. We know that we visually saw that above the ground, but not all deposits are like that. Not nearly all of them are like that. See some patches over there that I'm curious to explore. And the red base is behind us. Wait, ice silicone. Okay, there's a silicone deposit back there. Magnesium. That's something that I'm gonna stop for. You see that under the ground there? Yeah, it's definitely a... Not every resource is gonna be so easy to see. Because that magnesium is really under the ground here. There it is. I'm just gonna drill straight down and I'm gonna fly out later. May as well pick up some nice money. But there's two different ways of mining. Oh, I think this is the magnesium. There's left-click mining, which is how you produce ores, but it's a little slow. So what I did to get through that ice really quickly is I right-click mined, which means I was creating tunnels really quickly. Okay, I'm out of inventory space, and I might have only gotten ice, I'm not sure, but that's not a huge loss, because that's what this thing uses to power itself. But we also know that we can find resources. Oh no. It's falling down the hill now that it's heavier. Oh no, 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 no. No, please, no, please, no, please, no. I think I know the solution. But you already have momentum now. Please, let me back in. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay. Cool. Just need you to sit on a very flat surface. If that thing went straight into the hole that I dug, okay, the hole's not big enough. But I would have just cried. Just death. Oh yeah, I need to drop the rest of the ice off. Now, please, please do not slide down the hill. Just take the ice and be a very good rover. I'll be back for you. Where's the hole? There it is. I think this is all ice. Also, there's a... not G. Views, view. There's L. L for lights. Why am I really dumb when it comes to the keyboard commands? C is for crouch, V is for view, L is for light. For some reason I cannot keep that straight. Take more ice, but also don't fall down the hill. I know I'm asking a lot, but just do those two things. Those are your two jobs. Now, this is the most riveting visual you've ever gotten. What, am I stuck? Do I have to be like, what? I'm stuck. There we go. I fit. Just a bunch of stones in front of you all clanging together. That thing should be very happy with power. Let's just pick up a bunch of this. Ice and stone. Oh, it's just, there's not enough of an entryway. There we go. Perfect. Where's that rover? Have more ice, mate. Wait, what? Have more ice. My dear old pal. Put the stone here. We'll put the ice where it belongs. We'll put some ice on here, you know? The stone after you're actually back here. So one of the containers is just like
Fuel critical.
extra ice pocket. And the, oh man, I need to steal hydrogen from the, what? What are you doing? Sir? Sir? What are you doing? That's not okay. You're supposed to just sit there and be a very good rover. You're not supposed to roll down. What can I do? Add some friction? Regulates the wheel friction by changing the pressure in the tire. Maybe that'll help? Speed limit 180 kilometers per hour? No, thank you. Let's put a limit of like 28 to be safe, but we'll put a lot of power into our drive. That way it can like keep itself, you know, not rolling down the hill. I think that's where our settings should be. Now, yeah, I've already given you all the things, but I do need to steal your hydrogen. Hello? Sir? Oh, this is the weirdest thing. Okay, I will never design another rover with this sort of a functional design. It's the opposite of a functional design. Am I looking at the wrong one? H2. What? I'm looking directly at the... Is there not enough room inside of it? Okay, let me move the ice out. Now you can fit the bottle. And then you can move the ice back in. Bottle, move the ice back in. Okay. That makes more sense. Now, I will have more resources. And you will have to transport them for me. You will also have to stop yourself from rolling down the hill at all costs. Good luck. Hopefully the settings that I've given it will help it. Otherwise, I believe there is no helping it. Wow, that's a lot of stone. I might just start sacrificing the stone, you know? Just drill straight through it. Because we don't really need it. Stone isn't necessary, but it is helpful. Ouch. Also, the magnesium really isn't necessary for us at this phase. But it's like, it's what's gonna make all of our ammunition later, you know?
Inventory full.
So it's one of those things where we definitely want some magnesium. So I might as well just take it to base right now. Where did our... Okay, there. I'm just blind. I'm tempted to drive this thing a little bit closer to the hole so that I can load it a bit easier. Also, it's getting very full. And I don't have any way to build, really. So I'm just gonna tunnel. I'm gonna sacrifice the I'm gonna sacrifice the stone bits in order to get to the magnesium. Hopefully I don't start destroying magnesium here. That would be not good. Oh, there's the... Okay, so it's blue. Very distinct color, which is amazing. But we're already full. So we go back and we unload to our trusty steed. Nice. Some magnesium. We are basically topped up here. Put the ice over there. Magnesium in here. Okay, so we have a little bit of magnesium. Now what I really need to do is make a marker on the map. Number one, because there's now a hole in our world, and I don't ever want to fall into it or like flip myself over by bumping on it. We absolutely need a marker here. So I need to figure out what function key does that. That's a screenshot. I always do that. Okay, this is debug mode. That's not what we're looking for. That's also not what we're looking for. Those are my unknown. I have no idea what those are. Okay. F8. So, is there just a tab? 7 of 6, 5. I don't think quick loading is what we want. No, okay. So it's not there. Pausing the game doesn't do it. Ah, okay. So I go to my inventory and I go over to GPS. That makes sense. I want to create a new one for my current position. And it's going to be magnesium. I definitely spelled it like that because I 100% know how to spell magnesium. You have no proof. No proof that I don't know how to spell magnesium. See, it's right there. I know how to spell it. Gosh. Okay, we are full. We are gonna have to drive this back. We have a little bit of magnesium, which is a win. We can always pick more up. Wow, this thing is trying to haul itself. Wow, we are going 7 meters per second, and this is not... Wait, this could be because of my settings. Oh gosh, no. Please, no, don't run me over. Me trying to access the settings, but instead running myself over with my rover as it decides it wants to roll backwards. Hold on. Wait. Okay, I set the friction back near 50%. Did that help it? Not really. Okay. And then there's silicon beneath us, which actually pretty good. So we have that magnesium marker and silicon's on the way to it. But we still need cobalt. I wonder what resources... Okay, so we need cobalt to build a lot of the things that we need to build. Like a large storage container. And then once we have a large storage container, we'll start automating the rover connecting up to it. So I'll never have to like manually load. And then once we have a big system like that, I'll probably create a mining vessel so that I won't have to mine things by hand and shove it into an inventory. My goodness. I thought this little thing was just gonna haul butt. Like, nobody's business. But apparently, it has its limitations too. Who would have thought? If you fill it to the brim, it will move at 7.5 meters per second. Oh, wait. Okay. Wow, I'm glad we had enough power to stop there. I just put it here. That hole is dangerous. Turn my lights off to save some power. Magnesium and stone. You can keep all the ice. Actually, a majority of that is stuff that rover is just going to keep and just make power with. So I don't want to mine anymore. Ooh, we got magnesium now. It's exciting. It's definitely not 1-to-1 though. We create a very pitiful amount of magnesium per ore. Like, it's ticking away like 2 at a time here, and it's giving us like 0.2. Which also means after it's refined, it doesn't really take up that much space, you know? It's pretty good. And is this just straight ice right now? No, we still have more stone to put. The magnesium process is slower too. I mean, I guess that's like the thing that makes it different, you know? The fact that it ticks away slower, but also like stores really small. I guess it's like a trade-off. It takes a long time to process, but then once it processes, it's like 1/100th of what it used to be in size. It's very interesting. Got a good amount of iron here. Some good stuff. We do have those 200 plates too, which I'll probably just snatch off the production line here. Desperately need that cobalt though. That's what we need. Magnesium was just like a icing on the cake, but you're going to need that cobalt. Why are you just twitching forward a little bit? So I guess I'll just shove the 200 plates right here until I have a better place to put them. That is where you go. Until I have a better way to access you, this is how I'm gonna... I should probably crouch when I do this. Perfect. Oh, I forgot. This is terrible. Yeah, I'll just let it manage itself, basically, resource-wise, inventory-wise. Because if I manually fill it, then I can never put my bottle in it later. And this thing is not even halfway charged yet. It's got so much ice in it. It's just ticking away at it. I'm pretty happy with that design. Definitely could be better. Definitely gonna design better in the future, and I'll refine it a little bit once I get a chance. But I think what I'm going to focus on mainly is this base now. And to do that, I need to go discover cobalt. So I think we're going to take one more trip, and then we're going to call it a day here. So I believe what we can do is we can explore over on this side, and there is some nodes underneath the ice, which we now know. So it doesn't really matter if we like gun it over to like a stone area, because it could be anywhere. And we're still going to be a little bit heavy because we have a ton of ice on board, but eventually that'll all tick away. It'll just become power. It's just a ton of ice. Lots of ice nodes. Just gonna kind of do like a loop here until we find something that I want to mine. I definitely don't want to mine ice. Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Now, if I sing that too much, I'm just gonna get canceled immediately. Just gonna take a whole little survey of the land here, kind of do a little zigzag. Just keep in mind, we can only detect within 50 meters of ourselves. We've maxed out the range here. It's only 50 meters. So it was good enough to find that magnesium, but only when we were basically on top of it. There could be a lot of different ores in the ground here. We just won't know unless we're on top of them. Just maximizing the route. Finding a lot of ice. That's not surprising. More ice. The nice thing about having it weighed down this much, like at top speed of like 9 meters per second, is I don't even think I can flip this thing if I tried. But let me not jinx myself by saying that. It does make exploration a whole lot slower, though. Finding a lot of ice nodes. I haven't seen a single other thing. I think I'm gonna swing wide to kind of like where the iron was before. Maybe we find that, maybe we mine a little bit more of it. So this journey wasn't a total loss. But after that, we call it a stream. Once we circle around back towards the base. Because I want to mine, at this point, anything other than ice. Definitely priority of cobalt. But anything other than ice. Because we have way too much of it on board. Far too much. Maybe the strat is stone areas. We might have just gotten lucky over there. Because I just traversed over a lot of ice and didn't find anything. So let's go over to the stone patch, see if there's anything hiding under it. Still just wants to tell me if there's ice here. Nothing else. Just ice. Oh, there's an iron. But I don't think iron's worth it. Especially when it's that far underground. We have a lot of iron right now. There is a lot of iron down there. That is nice. Will not lie, that is very nice. But I know we can find something better. Come on, give me cobalt. Do a quick sweep of the stone area and then I'm just heading back. Wait. That's a little sketchy. Okay. Especially because we have a lot of ice on board. You know? I do not want to flip. But yeah, no. Not seeing anything. It's time to go back. Back to the respawn pod. No way it's gonna take us that long to get back. No way. Maybe it will. Especially uphill like this. Maybe once it gets a little bit more flat, we'll be able to take it a lot easier. Got some ice. Still got a max speed of 7.5. There is some iron down there. I'm tempted to go grab it, but it's just not worth it right now. Nothing here. Nothing here at all. Alright, we're gonna go back. Wait. Did you guys see that? No way. It's like 90 meters underground, but there's some cobalt down there. I barely saw that. Okay, yeah, we're going for that. There's no way that we can't. We have to have that cobalt. This expedition was not for naught. So if I crouch and I just run straight down right here, I should just be able to run straight into the cobalt, or at least find it on my map. But it is pretty far down there, so it's going to take me just a little bit to get down there. Turn the lights on. Maybe we'll see something like a textually or graphically. Just going down for the cobalt. Oh man. Glad we found some. We really needed this. We're gonna top this thing up. Make a marker and everything. This will be our cobalt mine. There it is. It's still 50 meters away, but it's down there. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take a century to get down to. Wait, don't stop mining. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. We're getting down there. Now we could start running into it, because it's showing us like where the middle of the node is. We're not directly over top of it either. What? There's another one? Oh, there's like two nodes next to each other probably. But we are getting closer to it. So soon. How far down are we? You can't even see the surface. It's a crooked tunnel. Okay, this might be cobalt. I'm not sure. Let me mine a little bit. What is that? Stone? I guess it's worth it. Pick some up. I'm gonna be picking it up later anyways. But we want to top up to the brim with cobalt here. It's still stone. Oh! Blue. It's blue. It's a pretty blue. Yes, now we know what cobalt looks like. Oh, it's beautiful. I didn't know the ores looked this good. Oh my gosh, I'm already full. Hold on. If I just toss the stone for a second. Oh my gosh. Just hear me out. Cobalt, cobalt, and cobalt. And then maybe we take some stone up to the surface with us too. But mainly we want that cobalt. And then this is the tunnel that we made just to get down there. Wow. Am I on a snowstorm right now? Is that something I should be worried about? Probably not. Who knows? Make some room. Get all that ice out of there. Just cobalt and stone. We're like a third of the way topped up though, so basically I just want to be picking up cobalt. Oh wait, let me start flying. Okay. I'll pick up all the other stone, but I just want to get this cobalt here. Basically. Perfect, perfect. Just bounce around in the tunnel. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, I clipped through the wall a little bit. And here is the cobalt and stone. So it's just gonna be one more run. Then we're gonna be topped up. Ouch. That actually hurt. We're gonna have to top up on health when we get back. That's a big cobalt ore. We've got a haul. We got exactly what we needed. Finally. I think it was 3 episodes ago we said we needed cobalt. But now we have it. 5 Ks of it. Go down and get a little bit more just for extra measure. Doesn't hurt. What does hurt is my small inventory. I could have just come down here once, gotten 10 times as much, and then just left. Or I wouldn't have even needed this rover at all. That's not very realistic. We go for realism. We go for realism in our struggles and pain. That's what we like to see. We like to see true pain and suffering. Not just easy gameplay. But there's cobalt. Now, all we have to do is drive this really heavy machine back to base. Actually, we're going faster than we were before. What's going on here? There's the respawn ship. All we gotta do is get back to it, drop off our materials, and then this was a huge win today. Today we saved a rover twice. We're not. Oh wait. I didn't mark the map. We're gonna do is. Oh wait, am I still rolling? I'm still rolling. Okay. I don't want to fall in the hole. So I'm gonna go forward a little bit. GPS from current position. Cobalt. Okay, so there's a cobalt marker right there. And we know that the cobalt's close to that. And we know that there's a gigantic hole. It's not really that big, but it's very deep. So we'll be able to find the cobalt later. But at least we know what direction it's in. You know, it's probably a little bit left of that marker. Like if we're going back out toward it, once we get to the marker, we're probably gonna have to hook a little bit to the left. Because I think we were going down the hill at an angle a little bit. Yeah, we're almost back. We can't see anything because there's apparently a blizzard out or something. And how did I get health back? I was at 34, now I'm at 70. Do I just passively recharge health up to like a certain percent, like 70? And then I'd have to use the survival kit to get higher than that? Probably. We're almost back. We've almost made it through the storm. And there's a ice hole in our base. So let's not fall in that. Please. I can't even see it. Normally I think you'd see the tower by now. But I don't even see the base. It's like 200 meters in front of us. Yeah, you can barely see the plants until they're like right in front of you. We're almost there. Okay, yep, there's the tower. Yeah, normally you'd see the base way in advance, but there's like a whole fog over the terrain. Oh man, that was it. We got the cobalt. Let's go see how much it really transfers into, you know? Because if it's got a really bad ratio, then we're gonna have to go mining like 20 more times for cobalt. Okay, so it turns into a really small amount of cobalt, but it's also ticking away really slowly. You know, like it could be taking It's not even taking. It hasn't even taken 10 of it yet. Yeah, it's now taken 10 cobalt. Yeah, so it might be like 10 to 1, but it's not a horrendous ratio, you know? It just takes a really long time to process, but that's okay by me, because this ice is also going to take a long time to process, and it's going to take a long time mining stuff. But that's why you're here. You love to watch me mine stuff. So you like my pain and suffering. But yep, we're just doing the unloading, and then we shall be signing off here. But I am very glad that we finally located some cobalt, and we'll be able to just get more later. You know? And I completely forgot exactly what we needed the cobalt for in our base. I just know that we needed a lot of it. So next stream, we're going to be figuring out a lot of that logistics, you know, queuing up the right parts, maybe disassembling a lot of the stuff we have. It's going to be a lot of that. And our refinery's full for once. Never seen this before. That's amazing. It's taking so long processing the cobalt. Okay, let's process some stone. I know you like to process stone at like lightning speed. Then you can take away the cobalt later. Yeah, see that's stone. Now we have a whole 1,000 extra space, like lightning fast. And now it's ticking away, and it hasn't even given us like, see there, it just went down to 3. Now it's about to go down to 2. It's like watching paint dry. But we won't have to watch that. That just does that by itself, powered by the turbines with a huge amount of extra battery. I'm really glad we built that. It's basically fully charged almost. But yeah, we'll be able to build our processing things over here. We'll have one of these dedicated to assembling things, one of these dedicated to disassembling. Or just be able to dump our resources into a big cargo container. You know, have a bunch of parts to make queued up, have a bunch of parts to disassemble queued up. It'll just do everything on its own. And we'll have a huge refinery that'll just take care of all the ores for us too. It'll be beautiful. And then we will start building better things, I guess. I think the biggest trick is going to be knowing exactly what to queue up. Kind of looking through the parts list and everything. But this was a huge success. This thing, I am excited to kind of name it, give it a little bit of upgrades. This little tail, I don't know, it's kind of cute. I like it. It's a unique little style. Kind of looks like it has a gun on the front, but no, just an ore detector. It kind of looks like it has rocket launchers too, but nope, just batteries. I like it. What is... Oh, it's just snow. It looks like my base was like emitting a bunch of particles. But no, they're just coming from the sky. Yep. This was great. Eventually I'm gonna have to kill that. But I think I have a bigger grudge with that stone particle over there. So there's a lot of good things to come in the future. But I hope you guys tune in for that. This has been fun, at least for me. Not as much suffering this time. And I hope you guys tune in for the next one. But until then, you guys have a wonderful day.